Building the Soul Garden, the Cornerstone of a Civilized Society. Xiefeng. November 23, 2024. Translation edited by Qinyu. Unseen factors determine the nature of visible phenomena. If humanity aspires to enter a truly civilized society, relying solely on tangible elements such as governance, power, laws, wealth distribution, weapons, aid, or charity will not suffice. The only viable path lies in purifying the hearts of every global citizen and ensuring that the weeds and poisons in their soul gardens are entirely removed. A person's actions are driven by their consciousness, which functions as their soul garden. The state of this garden, whether beautiful or desolate, is dictated by the thoughts and values it contains. When someone's consciousness is consumed by the worship of money and power, an inflated sense of superiority, constant comparison, or emotions like envy, hatred, and greed, they inevitably bring harm to others and to society as a whole. When the soul garden is neglected, corruption and tyranny flourish among officials who disregard human life. Intellectuals flatter the powerful and distort the truth. Merchants sell counterfeit goods and inferior products, passing them off as authentic. Corporations resort to fraud, producing adulterated or harmful goods. Ordinary people scheme, deceive, and harm each other. Vices such as excessive drinking, gambling, promiscuity, drug abuse, fraud, extortion, swindling, and theft become widespread. The natural cycles of the seasons are disrupted, social order descends into chaos, and few people achieve a fulfilling and beautiful life. When the soul garden is uncultivated, the costs of running society skyrocket. Interpersonal interactions become riddled with conflict and mistrust. Integrity fades as selfishness, deceit, and cunning take over. Relationships, whether familial, friendly, or romantic, are reduced to tools for personal gain. Bureaucracy, commerce, and romantic relationships turn into battlegrounds or gambling dens, where the powerful fear for their family's annihilation, the wealthy fear kidnapping, and the ordinary people devolve into violent mobs. The futility of nations. Are nations truly useful? Nations have existed for thousands of years, yet beyond bringing war, plunder, and the creation of barriers and borders, what have they contributed to humanity? When every nation prioritizes its own interests, as in America First, the inevitable result is ruthless competition and unending conflict. The strong dominate through force, while the weak live in fear and injustice. Nuclear blackmail and threats are prime examples of this pattern. The futility of religion. Are religions genuinely beneficial? Religions have existed for millennia, but have they brought humanity peace, happiness, and harmony? Can souls numbed by dogma experience true joy, freedom, or fulfillment? Can minds closed by rigid beliefs dream of paradise? The futility of laws. Are laws effective? Every country has a legal system, with countless statutes and regulations covering every conceivable issue. Yet, have they prevented wars and conflicts? Have they enabled the average person to live a prosperous and happy life? Do they guarantee freedom of movement or freedom to dissent? Have they reduced crime rates? Take, for example, the issue of illegal immigration. If legal migration were a viable option, who would risk their life to migrate illegally? Who would leave their homeland if they could survive there? What is the true essence of law? True law is any approach, pathway, channel, measure, or method that enables people to live happily, freely, and joyfully. Anything that hinders these outcomes cannot be called law. Earth itself is a small village within the vast cosmos. A true legal framework would allow its inhabitants to migrate freely within this village. If illegal immigration is deemed a crime, then all humans are guilty because the Earth initially had no inhabitants. Where did you come from? Are we not all illegal immigrants from other planets who settled on Earth? Take the United States as an example. Aside from its indigenous peoples, everyone else qualifies as an illegal immigrant. The U.S. is essentially a stronghold built by illegal immigrants. If your ancestors' illegal immigration was justified, why is it unjustified for others who came later? Isn't the strength of the United States today a result of the contributions of those so-called illegal immigrants? Why, then, expel immigrants now? Why not allow unrestricted migration so that everyone on Earth can immigrate to the U.S., transforming the entire planet into a united America. Wouldn't that be a good thing? Historically, how many places that strictly restrict outsiders have managed to become civilized, prosperous, or strong? The cost of neglecting the soul garden. Entrepreneurs, reflect, where do most of your time and energy go? Is it not consumed by managing interpersonal relationships? Are these costs not overwhelming? If everyone's soul garden were beautiful, would you still lose sleep or feel constant anxiety? Each of us should ask ourselves, have not most of our greatest troubles, pain, frustration, and worry, been caused by other people? The powerful oppress you, the powerless deceive you, and loved ones betray you. If the people you encounter had perfect soul gardens, where would toxic food, blackmail, fraud, deception, theft, or robbery come from? A call for reflection. History must be critically examined, reality scrutinized, and authority openly questioned. Without such deep reflection and scrutiny, the path forward will only grow narrower, steeper, and more challenging to traverse. A collective purification of humanity's soul is the best path to a world where the weather is harmonious, peace prevails, and everyone enjoys a beautiful life.